very fresh and a very wonderful morning to one and all present there. Myself Zainab Kagdi from Atmiya Green School, Jadeshwar Bharuch. We are back with English subject for class 8. So we were on the continuity of section 2, can we change this? Okay, first we will complete these and then we will continue with the grammar point of lesson section number 1. Okay, that is left, active and passive voice is left. We will continue it in our next class. So before with that we will continue this can we change this, because half the story has already been completed. So let us revise what we have studied in can we change this. Okay, and one important announcement for you all is that is you have to submit your work. That is one assignment is given to you. Now what is your assignment? Now for class 8 the assignment is to write a speech. Now you'll ask me how to write a speech. So it is there on your workbook, page number 37. I'll send you the question in the group also, but just to make you ready for it, you should be prepared for it, that you are going to submit your work on 12th of December. That is in this month on 12th date when we will have the meeting. You have to submit your work, you have to send your work to the school. Now the work is you have to write a speech. Okay, now the topic is it is written on the workbook, page number 37. On the occasion of Women's Day, you have to deliver a speech in the morning assembly on the topic changing roles of women in the 21st century. Okay, now you have to write a speech acknowledging their significant contribution in changing the face of the modern world. Okay, you have to write 200 to 300 words there. It is there in the workbook, page number 37, that you have to write on a paper by writing or you can also make a book of 100 page to write down this work submission. Okay, you can also make file it, or you can also attach the papers, you can pin the papers and you can submit it in the school. But make sure you write your roll number and your name in a proper way. Okay, your work submission date is 12th of December 2020. So kindly save the date, and your work to be done is you have to write a speech on women. Okay, you are going to deliver a speech on Women's Day, so you have to write a speech on women's, that is changing roles of women in 21st century. You have seen that when after this lockdown, your mother and all the women out there have made a significant role. Okay, they have worked so hard, as the work of your father might have stopped, but the work of your mother and whatever women around you have not stopped. Whether it is cooking or cleaning utensils or doing the household chores or doing extra work outside the house. So these all work have not stopped for your mother or for your sister or for your grandmother. So you have to write a speech acknowledging their significant contribution, how the modern world is changing because of her. So that is you have to write in your speech. It should be 200 to 300 words. It should not exceed more than that. That means 1 or 2 page A4 size you have to write. Okay, it's an easy topic on Women's Day. For a woman, you have to write their significance, that importance of women in your life. So this is your work submission, work to be done, which you need to submit on 12th December. Okay, coming back to the lesson, that is section 2, can we change this? So this is a story of a girl. Okay, she faced many discrimination means partiality. She witnessed many discrimination, like she belonged to a lower caste, and the people belonging to upper caste, they were treated very nicely, and this young girl became the victim of untouchability. How she faced it, let us see. This is story we have read. We have already completed 2 pages of the story. that when she was in class 3 she faced that she was nobody talked about the untouchability openly, but she could experience it because the people belonging to Palas means the people of a particular upper caste, and these Palas used to treat the people very badly, and the people belonging to lower caste are called Parayas. Okay, they are not allowed to touch any utensils, any clothes, or they are not even able they are not even allowed to sit along with the Palas. So these kind of discriminations was there. You can see a Niker sitting here, and a girl. You can also see in the picture, and you can also see the people here. They could find, you can see here, I'll just mark it, these person and these people is person belonging to Parayas, and he is belonging to Palas. Okay, so this is how these people, you can see that Parayas are in very bad condition. They do not have enough clothes to wear, but the Palas, you can see the Niker is sitting very nicely and enjoying all the services given by Parayas. Here you can see in the picture that a young man, he is holding the parcel with a string. Correct? He's not even allowed to touch the parcel which is being sent. So this is what we have studied till now. We'll move further. The girl, when she described whole situation, she found it very funny because she thought that it's kind of game being played with them. But when she informed her brother about this, she was informed that these people are treated so badly in this way, and she became very angry. Then she said, why should we fetch and carry for these people? I wondered. Such an eminent elder of ours goes off meekly to the shops to fetch snacks and hands them over reverently. Reverently means, here you can see reverently is showing respect, bowing and shrinking to this fellow who just sits there and stuffs them into the mouth. The thought of it infuriated. Infuriated means that made her very angry, that such an elder person of our community is like giving so much of respect to these Niker, to these Palas, and they are not behaving nicely, and in return he is not even getting the respect. So this thought just infuriated her. That means that thought made her very angry. How was it that these fellows thought so much of themselves? She said that how could be these people so partial, so disrespectful towards us, just because we belong to this particular lower caste? They are treating us like that. Was it because they had scrapped 4 coins together? What did it mean when they called us Paraya? Had the name become that obscene? But we too are human beings. Our people should never run these petty errands for these fellows. We should work in their fields, take home our wages, and leave it at that. Now this young girl is very much angry on this thought that just because we are Parayas, we are treated like this. They are not giving us due respect which we deserve, no matter what age we belong, what age do we have, what kind of work we do. They do not respect us. In fact, they think that even if we touch their parcel of food, that becomes impure. Just because we belong to just because we are Paraya doesn't mean that just because of this they will treat us so badly. Now she thinks that we are also human beings, we should not be treated in this way, and we work in their field. It's okay, it is no bad that we are working in their fields. We work in their field, and in return we will get our wages, we will take home our wages. That's it, we will leave it like that. We are not making them God. Okay, that is what she feels. Now here is another part of the story. First scene is completed where the Niker was sitting and one man was fetching a parcel, that is inside it there was vadai and bhaji in it, and that was a complete different scene. Now again one more incident is being expressed here, shared here. It begins this way. It is on page number 77 of your course book. Both my grandmothers worked as servants for Niker families. In the case of one of them, when she was working in the fields, even tiny children born the other day would call her by her name and order her about just because they belong to the Naikar caste. And this grandmother, like all other laborers, would call the tiny little boy Ayya. Ayya means the master, and run about to do his bidding. Now, what is she saying? That both my grandmothers, that means my father's mother and my mother's mother, they both were working as servants in these Naikar family. Okay, and the newly born child. Okay, they are so small, they are so young, even 1 or 2 years or 3 years children, they are ordering my grandmothers. Like my granny and my grandmother are so old. Okay, then also these people who were born the other day, they are giving orders to my grandmother, and they are calling it not even with a dignified name, not even with a respectful name. They are calling her by her name. Okay, and just order her about just because they belong to Naikar caste. They don't even respect the people of old age. She is amused with this thought, and this grandmother on the contrary, they used to call the little boy as Ayya. Ayya means master. The small fellow, they call her, she calls them Ayya. And it smarts and run about to do his bidding. Bidding means whatever order is being done to her, she follows it. It was shameful to see them do this. Even the way they were given their drinking water was disquieting. Now, dear students, what is disquieting? Okay. Here you can see disquieting. Okay, disquieting means inducing feelings of anxiety. Okay, feeling of anxiety and pain. Okay, induce means provoking such kind of feelings. It is disquieting to watch. Like you can see in the picture, dear students, this is how they used to give water to these people. Here in the picture you can see that this lady is a lady belonging to Naikar family. Okay, and this is the grandmother of that young girl. Okay, this is the cup of water, correct? This kalash in which they fill water to drink. Now they are not even giving them glass. This is how they are treated. You can see the grandmother how she is drinking the water from these. They are not even giving them a glass of water. They are just spilling out the water, and they have to just hold their hands that way. You can see in the picture, this is her hand. This is how she need to keep her hand to drink the water. So it's very shameful. The Naikar women would pour out the water from a height, okay, of 4 feet, not even less than that, 4 feet. And while pati means grandmother. Okay, in Tamil Nadu they call pati. Pati means grandmother. Okay, so in this pati she used to drink milk, like drank it with cupped hands held to their mouths, and this is how they used to, from 4 feet height, they used to spill the water. She used to pour out the water from a height of 4 feet, and pati used to cup her hand and held it near the mouth, and she drank the water. I always felt terrible when I watched this. So this is how they were being treated. My other pati was the same. As soon as down other pati means one is father's mother and second is mother's mother. Okay, so first we talked of the grandmother, that means father's mother. Okay, now the other pati was the same. As soon as dawn broke, she would go to the Naikar houses. As soon as in the morning time, okay, when the sun rises, she would go to the Naikar house, sweep out the cowshed, collect up the dung and dirt, and then bring home the leftover rice and curry from the previous evening. Okay, so previous evening whatever they have eaten and whatever is left over, they give it that to the Pati in the next morning. That is been given to the grandmother in the next morning. And for some reason she would behave as if she had been handed the nectar of the gods. And this grandmother used to behave as if some nectar is being given by the god. Such kind of behavior was that even the Palas used to behave that way, that the pariahs used to behave that way, that the Palas are very high people, they are people belonging to God, and we are people, we just need to serve them, to obey their rules. It was a long time before I realized that Pati was bringing home the unwanted food that the Naikars were ready to throw away. So whatever foods they were ready to throw away, that particular leftover food was given to Pati, but nobody knew of it. And it was a long time she came to know this fact. After she had finished all her filthy chores, Pati placed the vessel that she had brought with her by the side of the drain. The Naikar lady came out with her leftovers, leaned out for some distance and tipped them into Pati's vessel and went away. She used to just throw it in the Pati's vessel and she used to go away. Her vessel, it seemed, must not touch Pati's. It would be polluted. Sometime later, I said to Pati she should not lay herself open to such behavior. It was ugly to see. It was not a good scene to watch such things, because I respect you, you are my grandmother. She says this. The young girl feels that you are my grandmother, you are so elderly and you deserve lot of respect. You should not accept such kind of behavior. It is very bad to see such sight. What Pati said to me in return was this: these people are the Maharajas who feed us our rice. Without them, how will we survive? Haven't they been upper caste from generation to generation? And haven't we been lower caste? Can we change this? So here it is our title of our story. Can we change this? When this young girl, she's so innocent, she carries a so pure heart, she questions everything. Why this is going on? Why they are behaving like this? We should not accept such behavior because it is impartial, and young kids are very much pure with the heart. So here she advises her grandmother that you should not tolerate such kind of behavior from them. So in return, the grandmother says that they are the Maharajas and they are giving us our rice to eat. Okay, if we will stop this, then how will we survive? How will we live? Okay, so they are upper caste from generation to generation and we are lower caste. We cannot change this. Can we change this? She's asking this. My elder brother, who was studying at a university, came home for the holidays. He would often go to the library in our neighboring village in order to borrow books. He was on his way home one day, walking along the banks of the irrigation tank. One of the Naikar men came up behind him. He thought my Annan looked unfamiliar, so he asked, "Who are you, Appa? What's your name?" Aman told him his name. Immediately the other man asked, "Thambi, on which street do you live?" Thambi is being called in Tamil Nadu as a brother. So, brother, where do you live? And Appa is a general term of address, and Thambi is used for younger brothers. Okay. So on which street do you live? The point of this was that if he knew on which street we lived, he would know our caste too. Then he stopped off. Stopped means he followed him. He walked in a proud or angry manner. Annan's reply was a sharp, like a slap in the face. "I am a pariah from the Cherry Street." Then he stalked off as fast as he could. Naikar was furious. He thought he had been humiliated. He asked someone else there, "Who is this fellow? Look at the way he talks." This other man explained who Anand was by mentioning our Pati. "Oh, that is our Rakamma's grandson." Okay, now what happened, dear students? A wonderful incident that her elder brother, okay, who was studying in a university, he was a very talented and very educated man. Okay, that he's her younger brother, her elder brother. Sorry. and he had the holidays, so he came in these streets to live. He would often go to the library to study in our neighboring village in order to borrow books and read the books. So one day he was coming back home, walking along the banks of the irrigation bank. So one of the Niker men stopped him and asked him that, "Who are you, Papa, and what's your name? And on which street do you live?" So he was asking about him as he was a strange man. Strange means unfamiliar person in the village. So Anna's reply was sharp. He was not. He never felt inferior because of his caste. Because of his caste. So Anna's reply gave a sharp reply, like a slap in the face, that I am a pariah and I belong to Cherry Street. And then he walked with so much of pride in him, and then he went away. And Niker saw all these things, and he thought that I am humiliated. How could a person belonging to pariah talk to me in such a way? They are not allowed. They need to go down and answer me if they are belonging to pariah. We are the palas. So the next day, so he inquired about him, who is that boy, who is that fellow, and it was said that he is our Rakama's grandson. The next day when Pati went to work, the Niker spoke to her very angrily. How dare your grandson talk to me so arrogantly? Arrogantly means in a rude way, in a very rude way. Pati managed to handle it by saying, "See, Ayya, he is an educated lad." Lad means boy. Okay. Lad means boy. These college boys will talk like that. When Anand heard this, he just laughed. Apparently, it was just the same at the library. They would look at the pariah lads from Cherry Street in a certain way with contempt. Now, contempt means the feeling that someone is not worth any respect. That means he's not being respected. In that way, he laughed at him. Once, when Anand was sighing out his books, he added his title MA on a sudden impulse. Immediately, the attendant brought him a stool to sit on. What's more, began addressing him as sir. Sir. Then what happens one day when he was borrowing books and he was signing up for the books. Okay, when you borrow books, you need to write the title of the book and the signature, title of your name, your name, your address, and your designation you have to write. So in that title he wrote MA. So MA means it is a degree name. Okay, so he was being respected at that way. So that attendant brought a stool for him to sit, and he started calling him sir. Sir, what do you want, sir? He started addressing him with the sir. Anand told me all these things, and he added, because we are born into pariah jati. Jati means a community. Okay, jati means a caste or subcaste. We are never given any honor or dignity or respect. Even though we are educated, we are highly qualified, we deserve all the respect and honor, but still because of our jati, because of our caste or subcaste, we are not treated properly. We are never given any honor, dignity or respect. We are stripped of all that. But if we study and make progress, we can throw away these indignities. Indignities means treatment or circumstances that caused one to feel shame. Okay, so and to lose one's to feel that I am shameful. Okay, such kind of indignities should be thrown away. So study with care, learn all you can. If you're always ahead in your lessons, people will come to you of their own accord and attach themselves to you. Work hard and learn. The words that Anand spoke to me that day made a very deep impression on me, and I studied hard with all my breath and being, in a frenzy almost. As Anand had urged, I stood first in my class, and because of that, many people became my friends. So this is the story that Anand told, that if you are qualified, if you are educated, if you work hard, and if you are ahead of everyone, then you will be treated very nicely. People will come to you to ask help from you. So you should always work hard and learn. This was the words Anand told to that young girl, and she took that word very seriously. That words made a very deep impression on her, and she studied day and night. All his breath he studied, and she stood first, just as Anand had urged her to do. And because of that, many people became her friends, as she was the first rank holder in the class. So this was the story of that young girl. We will read out the third part of the story in our next class. So till that, just read the lesson again and complete the work. Kindly please do it as fast as possible. You can ask your query in our next live session also. Till that, I'll ask that homework from you, so kindly complete it, and we'll also ask different speech. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in our live sessions.